The 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Straight ahead, it's Clark. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Throwing Sellers. Left side is Hunt. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Sellers from the gun on third down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And the Gamecocks will punt it away on fourth down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Dodger Stadium, Baton Rouge. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the LSU Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Catching up with the South Carolina head coach before the game, one of the things Coach talked to me about before the game was just how important it is to get back on track. This team is on a losing streak here, but they know they are better than what their record shows. He said if we can get out to an early start, set the tone, we are going to be just fine. He's challenged his team to focus better and communicate early in this ballgame. I'll let you know how it looks from down here on the field. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. I can't say I've seen this strategy before, but they're showing punt on first down. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And that's where they'll spot it, just inside the 45. They'll move the wide receiver. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Gain of 9 on that one. Third down and short. He needs a yard.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Got his man. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
In the backfield, it's Brown. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy. He can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Making the adjustment. Handoff, Caden Durham. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Makes a catch. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
And a really nice Nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got a man, it's Clark. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
The Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for space, it's Clark. Just smothered on the play. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Sellers through the noise. Unloads to the right. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, taking advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. 4th down, Sellers. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Gamecocks are rolling down the field. Here's Sellers to throw. He's going to run it.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Out wide right, it's Harbor. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And I think it's safe to say LaNorris Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Well, and let's be honest, this is where they spent their money in the offseason. They wanted to fortify the offensive line. They brought in Kendall Briles at the coordinator spot. They did everything they could to build around this young man. LaNorris Sellers' talent is through the roof. We know it. Big, strong, can throw it. Now the pieces around him, a big year could be coming for this big young man.
Sellers. Stepping to the right. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. On the draw, it's Berry. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine, he might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance, this dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Running inside, it's Durham. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Moves the pocket. It's Levitt. Rushes on. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, third downs.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. And if makes the catch, and he's free. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Gain of 28. First down for the offense.
And the Gamecocks peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Throwing, Sellers. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe two, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
From the gun, it's Fuller. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Breaks into the open. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Look out! And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking for a man, it's Sellers. He'll pull it down and run. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Going to the run, it's Fuller. Ball down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a 1st down.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football, look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play, nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Out wide left, it's Bolden. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Sellers. Into the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Rush right in his face. Caught. And he will score. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Makes a move. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Still on his feet at the 45. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Throwing, Sellers. Turns it upfield. Looking for room at the 25. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. And the Gamecocks will hustle to the line. To the air, it's Sellers. Pulls it in. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening. and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
The Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. Past the 50. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And they turn it into a defensive score. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Sellers to throw. Caught. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to throw on first. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second and long here. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Sellers. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. After that sack, the offensive line better get its stuff together. Stuff, you know what I mean by stuff. Third down. Snags it over the middle. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, Week 12, almost 0 margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Oregon, taking on the number 3 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Ducks, trying to push that win streak to 9 in a row. This team knows exactly who they are. They've taken on the identity of that head coach, and they are a serious contender. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
To the air, it's Levitt. Right side, it's Brown. Lots of room to run. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Throwing Sellers. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. And now this offense will take the field again. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. The give, it's Berry. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Back to throw, it's Levitt. He fires one deep over the middle. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Fresh center downs going to the air. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Looking for the edge. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Out wide right, it's Hunt. Jumped on top of the pile. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Drives inside. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
And the fumble recovery gives the ball to the offense with a 1st and goal. Keeps it himself. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Back's got it on the screen. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
The Gamecocks are in the hurry up.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Long way to go on second down. Here's Sellers to throw. Right side, it's Harbor. Turning it on. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And they take it in for 6 more points.
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. He's brought down, and that one never had a chance, and the 2-point conversion attempt fails.
LSU 42, South Carolina 16.
From deep, it's Brown. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Here's a gift to Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Caden Durham again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. He's now up to 66 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Out wide right, it's Green. LSU will get a first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Shakes off the defender. And he's brought down after a short gain. Third and 11. Scanning the field, it's Levitt. Throws to the tight end. Right side, it's Green. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short. Teams want to make their move in the rankings. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got his man. Touchdown LSU. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out.
16.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Sellers. Oh, pressure's coming. And he avoids the sack.
You know, a big part of a quarterback's accuracy is his ability to step into throws. To be accurate, you've got to be able to be on balance, stepping in and following through. And because of that pass rush, that QB had no shot.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Out wide right, it's Fuller. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Got him downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job.
He's going to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Left side, it's Harbor. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day, but sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. They'll move the tight end. Sellers to the air again. Floats it out in space. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Defenses understand I got to take away my throwing lanes and then react to that running back.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. First down and more. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
First and goal, South Carolina.
Throwing, Sellers. Still looking. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Again, it's Sellers. Incomplete. A 50-50 ball won by no one that time. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And listen, you start to get desperate, right? Late in the game, it's in the 4th quarter. You know, I got to steal a possession somehow, some way, and you got to pull the trigger and kick an onside, something you feel good with. They tried. Unfortunately, they failed, and this game's going to get difficult now, even more down the stretch.
Sets his feet. It's Levin. They're all over him. They get to him as he throws.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
On the return, it's Tuggle. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Here's Sellers to throw. He's going for it all. He's got it down the left side. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
And the Gamecocks in the hurry up. Quick give. It's Fuller. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Rush is on. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
They'll start on the ground with Durham. There he goes. Lowers those pads. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Just gets rid of that one.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Selling the fake. Makes the grab. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football.
He's got it. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Sellers under pressure. Look out. Still looking for a man. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
And the defense wins that battle, and not surprisingly, they're paying attention. Like, you kind of want to peep over there when the guy already has 3 touchdowns on the day. They're in tune. They know where the football's going. Nice job playing better coverage on a guy that, quite honestly, has dominated this football game.
Gets the back moving. Drops back. It's Sellers. Rush right in his face. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his man, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Throwing Sellers. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. Sets his feet. It's Sellers. Nearly another interception. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Fires into the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Man, I like the response by this defense. They've given up some yards, gotten all the way down here near the goal line, but 2 straight plays, 2 straight incompletions, now forcing a 3rd down. They'll be happy to get out of this drive with just 3 points.
After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on 3rd and goal from the 2? Got his man. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. Looking for the 2-point try. Pulls it. He'll pitch it. He's brought down, not even close to the goal line, and that 2-point conversion attempt goes awry. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Berry. Breaks into the open. Got enough for the 1st down. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Making the adjustment on the play. To the air, it's Levitt. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw earlier in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David,